Today, for the heats, we have the women's 100-meter freestyle. That's what we're starting off, and after those, the men 100 freestyle. Some great action waiting ahead for us. It was all over our social media feeds. The big comeback, that's the talk that's been going around. Roland Skuman at the age of 42. Last time he swam at a SA National Swimming Championships was back in 2016. And he'll be swimming the 100-meter freestyle. First event up after the ladies. And then we'll have the 400 IMs. Those are the events that we'll finish off with. And in between that, the 200-meter breaststroke. That's where our golden girls will be shining. Tatiana Schoenmaker had a fantastic race in the 100-meter breaststroke, claiming gold just ahead of our SA Sportswoman of the Year, Laura van Niekerk. If you've just tuned in, welcome to the SA National Swimming Championships. This is day 3, the heats. We're bringing you the action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool, Gqeberha.
We welcome our officials for this morning's sessions on pool deck.
Our live announcer welcoming our officials to pool deck. Always thankful for the swimming community getting together, volunteering as an official at our various championship events, starting all the way from our level 1 regionals right through to the main one, the SA Senior Swimming Championships. Swimmers, of course, trying to qualify for the World Champs taking place 14 to 30 July in Japan. As our referees and starters being introduced.
Men, Paul Hartigan.
Paul Hartigan, starter for our men.
And the starter for the woman, Mandy Shepherd.
Mandy Shepherd, starter for the ladies this morning at the heats.
Seated, thank you.
Of course, we're starting with event 301, the women's 100-meter freestyle. 13 heats coming up. And there we have heat 1 in lane 3, Abigail Swanepoel. Lane 4, Lizanne de Villiers. And in lane 5, Hannah Andreas. They're under starters' orders. Heat 1, women's 100-meter freestyle. They break the surface of the water on day 3. And it is Lizanne de Villiers leading the way in this, the first heat of 13 for the women 100 freestyle. Hannah Andreas creeping up next to her to take the lead now. Seated with a time of 1:05. Hannah Andreas swimming a personal best there, 104. Next heat up for our ladies 100-meter freestyle. Lane 2, Casey Viljoen. Lane 3, Zoe Terblanche, Manuela Markgraaf. In lane 4, Mariella Maska. In 5, Ava Ratner. In 6, and Misha Johns in 7. In the water they go. Heat 2 of 13, 100 freestyle. And it is the Gauteng swimmer in lane 3 having a fantastic swim here in the second heat. Zoe Terblanche. Seeded with a time of 104.44, and she touches the wall in a 102.6. She should be satisfied with that swim. Well done, Zoe. Heat 3 up next for the women's 100-meter freestyle. Lane 1, Luetu Mbata. Lane 2, Maxine Boyce. Lane 3, Emma Michel. Lane 4, Tegan Pugh. Lane 5, Cleo Lynn. Lane 6, Julie Landman. Lane 7, Kiara Croft. And lane 8, Mishka King. Heat 3 of 13 in the water. 100 freestyle for our ladies. .15 meters to go. It's the Gauteng swimmer in lane 2, Maxine Boyce, having a great swim. Touches the wall on a 101.9. That's a 2-second improvement on her seeded time. There you have it, representing Gauteng. 101.9, Maxine Boyce. Heat 4 up next. Ashley Hennigan in lane 1, Caitlin Harps in lane 2, Tasneen Ibrahim in 3, Gazelle Maritz in 4, Dominique Barnard in 5, Tanatswa Shandiwana in 6, Reese Harradine. It is Heat 4 in the water for our women 100-meter freestyle. If you've just tuned in, welcome to day 3 of the SA National Swimming Championships, and we're bringing you the action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool in Gqeberha. It's been a great 2 days, and this is day 3, the heats. It kicked off at 9:30, and if you want to catch, we've got some great action ahead of us. Starting with our women and men 100 freestyle, and they'll have the 200 breasts after that for both our women and men. And we've got some multi-class events in the women's 50 fly and the men's 50 fly. Multi-class events finishing off for us with the 100 breaststrokes as well as the 50 butterflies. And the The talk of the event, the comeback. 3-time medalist from the Olympic Games. Gold medalist, might I add, Roland Skuman, making his comeback at the age of 42. When I say comeback, the last time he swam a national event was in 2016. He's been swimming in between, but he wants to take a go at qualifying for the World Championships taking place 14 to 30 July in Japan. And this is Heat 5 under starters orders. It is Nuria Ribeiro in 1, Alexandra Caldwell in 2, Chloe Leroux in 3, Leah Venter in 4, Kelly Zwart in 6, Ashley Smith in 7, and Bernalie Doster swimming in lane 8. Swimming side by side there, the Western Cape swimmers, Chloe Leroux and Leah Venter. It does look like Chloe Leroux pulling away. Chloe Leroux touching the wall first there with a 1:01.9 in Heat 5. There you have it, 1:01.9 for Chloe Leroux, 1:02.09 for Leah Venter. Event 301, the women's 100-meter freestyle, Heat 6 up next. Tara Ace in 1, Rachel Hinckley in 2, Leah Christie in 3, Sandra Lee Corollas in 4, Blake Morris in 5, Scarlett Leroux in 6, Erin Hudson in 7, and Lee McMorrin swimming in 8. A very tight heat. This looks like a swimmer out in lane 7 having a great swim. She touches the wall first there in a 1:01.56. Erin Hudson, the Gauteng swimmer. Well done, Erin. There you have it, Erin Hudson, 1:01.56. Heat 7 up next for our women 100-meter freestyle heats. Grace de Jong in 1, Bailey Lambert in 2, Jolene Cornelius in 3, Hannah Murray in 4, Alexandra Labuskachny in 5, Kiera van Heerden in 6, Molina Smalley in 7, and Amy Miller swimming in 8. And there they test the wall. This is heat 7 of 13, done and dusted. Beautiful swim by these ladies, very close. Looks like the swimmer in lane 6, Kiara van Heerden, who touched the wall first in a 101.15 in the Eastern Cape. A heat 8 up next for the women's 100 freestyle. In the water they go. In lane 1 we have Kwesi Jacobs. In lane 2 Tana Lindsay. Lane 3 Grace Morris. Alexia Makabe in 4. Michaela Makwabarara in 5. Holly Cleworth in 6. Michaela Coulson 7. And Samay Bakker swimming in 8. It looks like the Gauteng swimmer in lane 3 got a slight edge. Lane 3, 2 and 1 having a great swim. Grace Morris touching the wall first there in a 1 minute 0.6. She's got a big smile on her face. Well done, Grace. 1 minute 0.6. Well done. Taking the win there in a heat 8. 13 heats in total to be swum. Yeah, and this the event 301 women's 100 meter freestyle. In the water for heat 9 now, Christine Vessels in lane 1, Tori Dave in lane 2, Cara Knobloch in 3, Caitlin Rademakers in 4, Amberin Pina in 5, Rebecca Fury in 6, Annika Helmand in 7, and Indiana De Villiers swimming in lane 8. .75 meters in, it's the swimmer in lane 1 leading the way. Christine Vessels. Beautiful swimming by these ladies. Christine Vessels touching the wall first. 59.51. As our first female swimmer dips under the 1 minute mark. And now with heat 10 of 13 coming up, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of them under the 1 minute. The qualifying time for world champs here, the B qualifying 56.15 and a 54.25, the A qualifying. And off they go in the water, heat 10 of 13. Rachel Groupus in 1, Sam Straw in 2. We have Lisa Kutsia in 3, Tumi McDonnell in 4, Marnay Norkia in 5, Lisa Marie Davidson swimming in 6, Taniel Baptista in 7, and Tori Volk swimming in 8. .50 meters in. Very close contested heat, this heat 10 of 13, the woman 100-meter freestyle. Does look like the Eastern Cape swimmer leading the way. Touching the wall first there, Timmy McDonald, 59.09. As I said, a lot more dipping under that 1 minute mark. Well done to me from the Eastern Cape. Next up, we have heat 11 of 13. Some big names coming up now. Lane 1, Tasmin Robson. Carissa van Rooyen in 2, Trinity Hearn in 3. Emma Chilius, already seeded with a B qualifying time, swimming in 4. Georgia Nell in 5. Mila Dracopoulos in 6. Hannah Maton in 7. And Michelle Oosthuizen in 8. Emma Chilius swimming her main event, the 50 freestyle tomorrow. So it's a great event in preparation for that main event swimming tomorrow. For now, the 100 freestyle. Emma Chilius, our SA sprinting queen, leading the way. 25 meters to go in this heat 11 of 13. She was seeded with a time of 55.39. Married to former Olympian Troy Prinsloo. .56.73. I'm sure she'll be satisfied with that swim in the heats. And we'll see her in the finals this evening at 6 p.m. .57.29. Georgia Nell from Western Cape. Touching the wall there second. Beautiful swim by Georgia. Heat 12 up next. Our ladies in heat 12, Emma Kuhn in lane 1, Cornay van Skalkwyk, lane 2, Amy Canny, lane 3, Olivia Null in 4, Caitlin De Lange in 5, Jessica Carmody in 6, Anne Meyer in 7, and Kendra Fenter in lane 8. Amy Canny, our 200 free SA champion. She's already got that A qualifying in the bag, and now she's on to the 100-meter freestyle. Olivia Nell opted not to swim. She swam that B qualifying time with a 50 back. Amy Canny leading the way. Seeded with a time of 57.17. Oh, beautiful swimming, 54.84. Well done, Amy Canny. 54.84, that gives her that B qualifying time. 54.25 is the A qualifying time. Very close. I'm sure she'll be going for that A qualifying time in the finals this evening. On to the final heat of the women's 100-meter freestyle. Heat 13 of 13. Abigail Kotze in 1, Veronique Rousseau in 2, Inge Weideman in 3, Rebecca Mida, our 200-meter IM champion, in 4, Erin Gallinger in 5, Karen Harps in 6, Jessica Thompson 7, Olivia Kriya in 8. Karen Harps decided not to start in this, the 100-meter freestyle. In the water now, halfway in the women's 100-meter freestyle heats, event 301. the first event on day 3 at the SA National Swimming Championships, Gqeberha. Lane 5, the pink cap leading the way, Erin Gullinger. But a strong finish by Rebecca Meader, our 200 meter IM champion. Lovely swimming, ladies. Touching the wall first, Rebecca Meader, 56.32. I'm sure she'll be satisfied with that going into the finals. Well done, ladies. And that concludes event 301, the women 100 meter freestyle. If you've just tuned in, welcome to the SA National Swimming Championships. This is day 3. My name is Vickers Weber, bringing you all the action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool, Gqeberha. Up next, event 302, the men 100 meter freestyle. 21 heats in total. Three swimmers in heat 1. Julian Andrew in lane 3. David Wiggett in lane 4. Heinrich Forster in lane 5. And some big names coming up during the course of these 21 heats. I'll tell you what, in heat 21 of 21, we got Chad Leclos, our golden boy, at the age of 31. Well, I remember chatting to Chad a couple of years ago, saying that it's marvelous for him to see how these young swimmers are coming through, referring to himself as one of the older swimmers. Well, guess what, Chad? There's someone older than you now at the age of 42 making his comeback, Roland Skuman. He'll be swimming out in heat 20. And let's not forget Andrew Ross. He will also be swimming in heat 20 later on. Luca Holtzhausen, some big names, Peter Kutsia and Matt Seitz. Those up-and-coming youngsters, they'll be swimming in heat 19. Ross Hartigan also had a great 200 meter IM. But first, heat 1 results. 57.42, David Wiggett, well done. Heat 2 up next for our men 100 meter freestyle. Lane 1, George Alvarez. Lane 2, Tyron Makabe. Lane 3, Matthew Wolf. And lane 4, Jared Holton. Lane 5, Jaden Kutzer. Lane 6, Jan Hendrik van Rooyen. Skalkberger swimming in 7. And Keonta Blanche swimming out in lane 8. In the water, heat 2 of 21, men's 100 freestyle, and it looks like the swimmer in lane 5 having a great swim, Jaden Kutzer. And finishing strong, the swimmer in lane 4, Jared Holton. 56.21 from KZN, well done Jared. Heat 3 up next for the men's 100 freestyle. Lane 1, Wilan Basson. Lane 2, Stefan Engelbrecht. Lane 3, Jonathan Scheffer. Lane 4, Liam Kutzer. Lane 5, Keegan Wright. Willem Roos swimming in lane 6. And Kino Swartz in 7, Colin Groeling out in lane 8. 15 meters to go now for these gents. Swimmer out in lane 6 having a great swim. It is Willem Roos from Gauteng touching the wall first. 54.98. Well done, Willem. Heat 4 up next for our men's 100 meter freestyle heats. Luke 5, Adrian Lowe in 6, Rousseau Janssen in 7, and Jordan Moodley out in lane 8. .25 meters to go for these gents. A fast turnover in stroke rates by the swimmer in lane 3. Peter Jock the toy. But it is lane 6 having a great swim. Adrian Lowe, 54.87. Swimmer from Gauteng. Rian. Lane 1, Yusini Furtado. Lane 2, Declan Egger. Lane 3, Chris Ferreira. Lane 4, Marnus Creer. Troy Jones in 5. Matthew Bietka in 6. Carl Letley in 7. Retief Hugo swimming in lane 8. .15 meters to go now. Great swimming by the swimmer out in lane 6. Matthew Bietka from Western Cape, 55.26, touching the wall first there in heat 5 of 21 for the men's 100 freestyle. If you've just tuned in, welcome to the SA National Swimming Championships. We're bringing you all the action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool, Gqeberha, and this is day 3, the heats. It started at 9:30 a.m. We got the finals coming up at 6 p.m. And you can catch all the action live. Just follow our social media feeds on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and you'll catch the links straight to the action. Great start by the swimmer out in lane 8. Junior Piha. The young 17-year-old representing Limpopo. This, of course, heat 6 of 21 in the water. He touches the wall first. Junior, I'm sure he'll be happy with that swim. 55.33. He was seated with a 56.24, so well done. And the Eastern Cape swimmer, Ares Sakalio, touching the wall second. And that heat Heat 7 up next. Joel Strauss in 1, Len Douglas McKay in 2, Tawanda Chisungu in 3, Jean-Ray Kleinans in 4, Ross Peterson in 5, Jordan Mayberg in 6, Reese Johnson in 7, and Wilhelm Verwoerd swimming in lane 8.
Good morning. Just to let you know that anybody has lost a brown purse or a brown tenant, please ignore that at the entrance. They have picked up a brown purse with cards.
25 meters to go now, and great swimming by the swimmer out in lane 7. Looks like Reese Johnson, the Gauteng swimmer, touching the wall first. 54.55. Well done, Reese. Heat 8 up next for the men's 100. Freestyle, Sean Gibson. In your image there. He'll be swimming in lane 4, and joining him in lane 1, Estienne Dafel. Lane 2, Arkel Valman. Lane 3, Bjorn Mtlanga. Kai Binsberger. And 5, Jordan Denier. Denier in 6, Wilbert Foster in 7, and Dewald Willemse swimming in lane 8.
Western Cape, Maria Dracopoulos, KZN, Jessica Thompson, Gauteng, Hannah Matan, Gauteng.
Great swimming by the swimmer out in lane 7. As Wilbert Foster from the northwest. He's touching the wall first. Well done, Wilbert. 55.13. There you have it. Well done, gents. That concludes Heat 8 of 21. Heat 9 up next. Leson Fisachi in 1, Gabriel West in 2, Felipe van der Spey in 3, Bryce Minderen in 4, Michael van Heerden in 5, Helgard Miller 6, Ryan Francis in 7, and Dean de Klerk swimming in 8. Swimmers in 5 and 6, Michael van Heerden and Helgard Miller, only 15 years of age, representing their provinces at the senior national championships. It's fantastic stuff. With 15 meters to go now. It does look like the swimmer here in lane 1 having a fantastic swim. The swimmer in lane 5 finishing strong. And it is Michael van Heerden touching the wall first, 54.64. Michael van Heerden, only 15 years of age, taking the win there in Heat 9 of 21. There you have it, 54.64, well done. Up next, heat 10 for the men's 100 free. In the water they go in lane 1. It is Minkateko Makumo. In lane 2, Zinadine Skiepers. In lane 3, Michael Bromfield. In lane 4, Robert Hendricks. Lane 5, Ruben Smith. Kania Lindeke. In 6, Tim Hopkins. In 7, and Richard Grobler swimming in lane 8. The men's 100 meter freestyle heats. 21 heats in total, and this is heat 10 in the water. 50 meters to go. Swimmer out in lane 8, having a great swim. Well done, Richard Grobler, 53.78. I'm sure you'll be satisfied with that swim. Heat 11 for the men 100 freestyle in the water. Sven van der Linde in lane 1, Ruan Hutton in 2, Anton Arvidi in 3, Connor Bagley in 4, Christian Engelbrecht in 5, Christian Esterhuizen in 6, Jared Fairweather in 7, and Edmund Null swimming in lane 8. $15 meters to go in this heat 11 of 21. Heat 12 up next. Jose Conjolo in 1, Ethan Bailey in 2, Joshua Emsley in 3, Roberto Gomez in 4, Ethan Dupree in 5, Jordan Bradshaw in 6, Josh Goldberg 7, Travis Gross Mitchell in 8. Next up, heat 13, Adrian van Wyk in lane 1, Adam McCorry in 2, Gideon Wolmerans in 3, Liam Legasek in 4, Benjamin Plattner in 5, Chris Lees in 6, Christopher Stradom in 7, and Philip Foster in 8. This is the men 100 meter freestyle heats at the SA National Swimming Championships. If you've just tuned in, welcome to all our viewers bringing you the action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool, Gqeberha. And joining me on the mic here, we have Chanel van Wyk. Hello, Chanel.
Hi, how you doing?
Welcome to my desk.
Thank you for having me.
I know you're a busy girl with a lot of swimmers, and I'm happy and appreciative for you coming in and having a chat with us while these 100 frees are going on.
Yes, some very exciting swims so far at this Nationals 2023. I mean, having Rebecca qualify last night, getting her first A qualifying time 200 iron, that was just so exciting to see. I made it just in time for my boys 1500 freestyle. Richard Miller also making a B qualifying time there, so just happy to be here.
Beautiful. I was about to ask you, I mean, I just joined in today, so I missed out all the live action on the first 2 days. So things that stood out for you, you mentioned Rebecca Mida, you mentioned your boy in the 1.5. Any other great swims?
Amy Canny, 200 freestyle, day
that was
one,
fantastic,
heats,
yeah.
Bam, just whipped it out. First swim, killing it. Ladies are looking good. Like I said, we had Rebecca, we had Amy.
Also, those backstroke swimmers had a great swim.
Peter looking amazing too. I actually heard, because I was on a late flight last night, so when I got here, Olivia Null breaking my SA record since 2009 in the 50 backstroke, so that was also quite an awesome swim. Very happy for her. And it's just looking good. Male, female swimming on the whole, and yeah, they must just keep it up.
Breaking your record, that must have stood for quite some time.
Yes, I actually did the time in 2009, so it's one of those long-standing records that I had, so maybe I have to make a little bit of a comeback next year to try to get that try to get that record back. Why not? Who knows?
Well, talking about comebacks, out in Heat 20, we've got the biggest comeback. Yeah, I mean, he swam 2016 was his last nationals, and yeah, he's back at the age of 42. Roland Skuman.
I mean, it's incredible. I haven't seen him yet, but from what I've heard, he's looking good. Like we used to call him, the showstopper, the showmanator. Roller's back in the pool, so I'm just excited to see him racing. Freestyle events, 100 free, 50 free, should be a good one.
Yeah, no, I'm sure, you know, mentioning all these names, you most definitely mentioned more female. And yeah, they're smashing it out here, which is amazing.
Yes, it's just great, not only for female swimming, but just for swimming in South Africa, to have all of these up-and-coming talents. Like I said, we have Amy, we have Erin, Tatiana, Dunay, Trinity Hearn, also winning her first title yesterday in the 200 fly. So that was also a big one. And yeah, just ladies representing.
And young swimmers as well,
yes.
Going through these ages. We're at the senior nationals, and I'm seeing 15, 16, 17-year-olds also mixing it up. All of them still want to qualify for World Juniors, also coming up later on.
Yes, that's also a very big competition coming up for them. So it's just exciting to be here, the vibe, the atmosphere, everybody bringing their little part to it, and just some very fast swimming happening, even in the mornings, which is very good to see. I mean, we haven't seen that for a very long time. Normally it was just about kind of making it into the finals and then bringing your A game in the evening. So it's just good to see ladies and gents bringing the A game from beginning to end.
Well, I guess that means there's depth. In the past, it was quite easy to take it easy in the heats and then just smash it in the finals, because you knew it was easier to get into the finals. But now the depth is so big that you can't really risk it by taking it easy in the heats. You got to actually smash it in the heats.
That's
now.
very true. There's no, as we would call it in swimming terms, Sammy saving anymore.
I love these little terms you're bringing out here.
In order to make it into the finals, yeah, bringing your A game from first race, diving in, getting that underwater works right, breakouts, turns, just killing it from beginning.
So back to the waters now. We have heat 16 up next, and in lane 1 we have Jordan Lotte, in lane 2 Richard Miller, lane 3 Armand Maritz, lane 4 Uwetu Mahan, lane 5 Janko Rademeier, lane 6 Benjamin Rourke, and lane...
Not really known for his sprinting ability, more on the distance side. Like I said, he won the 1500 freestyle yesterday in that B qualifying time. On day 1, also a big surprise for us in the 200 freestyle, first time ever going 150 points and coming second to Matthew State. So yeah, just switching it up a little bit. So let's see what he can do.
I'm sure he's going to enjoy the 100 free. These men coming back now with 25 meters to go. The swimmer in lane 2 looking really strong, but it's those center lanes coming through strong in the last 5 meters now. Richard Miller touching wall first.
Got it, 52.9. Good job, Ricky.
Not just a distance swimmer.
Yes, nice
52.97, good swim that, well done. And that concludes heat 16. Heat 17 coming up next. Lane 1, Liam Fairby. Lane 2, Gustav Schletter. Lane 3, Zach Grobler. Lane 4, Matthew Goldwell. Lane 5, Cameron Oliver. Lane 6, Creer Hanezek. And lane 7, Vickers Potgieter. And lane 8, Corey Werrett. And the starters' orders. So we've been talking about A qualifying and B qualifying times. Just to our viewers back there, I mean, your knowledge of that, A qualifying, B qualifying, what does it mean to them now?
What does it mean, sorry?
What does it mean, A qualifying time, B qualifying time? Why the two different times? What actually qualifies you?
Well, obviously we have these world champs. So you have a faster qualifying time and a little bit of a slower qualifying time. So under my knowledge, how it works is if somebody gets the A qualifying time and somebody also gets a B qualifying time, the A qualifying time will go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically if there's 2 on the B qualifying time, then either the fastest one will go, or obviously if you qualify for more than one event, they'll choose you, but obviously that's under the selection criteria.
Yes.
Under the Deans and Grahams, we'll have to make that decision, but I know A qualifying time guaranteed to go.
Guaranteed.
B qualifying time, it's under their discretion.
Comes down to the selection process. Yeah. Okay. So in other words, when I'm announcing here to our viewers back home, A qualifying time, that gives you the guaranteed slot for the World Championships taking place in Japan. B qualifying time, they've qualified, but that is up to the selection process now.
Correct.
Great. This is heat 18 coming up next. In the water they go. Anant van Rensburg in lane 1. Kayan Tai and Reinhardt in 2. Darno van der Merwe in 3. Francois Malherbe in 4. Collins Saliboko in lane 5. Henry Lowe in 6. Ruan Russ in 7. And Chris Mialoff in 8. I also flew in last night, and funny enough I saw Ruan Russ also flying in.
Okay.
Asking him why is he only starting swimming now, and he couldn't get leave from work.
Oh,
so
wow.
he's now full-time profession. I think he's an architect.
Correct.
Architect.
Yeah.
So, and because of that and because of the time, he also decided to go over to the shorter distances, sprinting. So he's hoping to surprise himself in the 100s and 50s.
Yes, that'll also be quite interesting to see, because I know Ruan, I wouldn't say distance swimmer, but more on the middle distance side, 200s, 400s. Correct.
Yeah.
So this will be quite a nice change for him.
Yeah.
Looks like we're getting into the business side of things at the moment. I see Matt Sates, Peter lining up.
Yes, this is heat 19. Alex Goddard in 1, Zian Moster 2, Simon Haddon in 3, and you've mentioned them, Matt Sates 4, Peter Kutsia 5, Ross Hartigan in 6, also had a great IM, Ross Hartigan, Gabriel Nokia in 7, and Blake Godfrey in 8. Getting down to business. SA Sportsman of the Year, Peter Kutsia, swimming in lane 5, next to his latest training partner, Matt Sates.
Yes, and I also know they're very good friends, so it should be quite a good race coming up.
Going up nice and fast. .23.84, that first 50 meters. Matt Sates touching the wall first.
Looking good. But it looks like Peter's also fighting back.
Yeah. Frenemies, as they call it. Friends outside the pool, but the enemies in the pool, so he's never going to stop fighting. But it is Matt Sates touching that wall first, just ahead of Peter, 49.48. What do you think of that time in the heats?
Wow, great swim by both of them. at 49.4, 49.8. Looking good, boys. 2 under 50 so far.
B qualifying times in the heats. And up next, social media has been talking about it, that comeback. Roland Skuman in lane 4 at the age of 42. There's in your image. Joining him in lane 1, Ricky Lottering. Lane 2, Luca Holtzhausen. Lane 3, Ian Fenter. Lane 5, Kobe Ndebele. Lane 6, Andrew Ross. Lane 7, Cameron Thompson. And lane 8, Arnu Krier. The gents are off.
Wow, what a start by Roland.
Whether he's 20, whether he's 42, he's known for the starts.
Still one of the best starts in the world.
Unbelievable swimming there, going out 23.15. Oh, it's taking it easy.
Oh,
That's interesting. So Roland Skuman taking it easy, coming back. And now all eyes are on lane 5. And that is Kobe.
Kobe finishing nice and strong.
.52.9, low 50s.
Also very impressive swim for the morning.
So Roland Skuman going out on a 23.1 and taking it easy back. Interesting.
Very interesting. Maybe it was just kind of a warm-up swim for him. I mean, 23.1, first time back, just to see where he is for that 50 freestyle coming up a bit later in the week.
And 50 flies, I'm sure he's going to impress us all there. But a big round of applause and a welcome black by the supporters out in the crowd as I saw him touch the wall, even though he touched it in a 101. But he's got a smile on his face. I'm pretty content with that swim, so I'm sure there was meaning behind it.
Yes, no, definitely. I think it was just basically swim just to get out there and see how he's feeling.
Heat 21 of 21 up next. There you can see Leclos in your image. He's in lane 4. Joining him, Jordan Eaton in lane 1, Jethro Irvine in 2, Ruart van Heerden in 3, Clayton Jimmy 5, Taylor Luck in 6, Gianna Dos Santos in 7, Philip De Lange in 8. Great start by Chad Leclos.
Yes, also known for his great underwater work too, helping him with that butterfly, so Chad's looking good.
Yeah, I just love seeing him, watching him swim 200-meter events, especially in the short course, and those last 2 turns, that underwater work is just phenomenal.
It's definitely something he's been working on, and it's just getting better and better every time we see him race.
Look at that, coming up just before the 15-meter rope. Chad Leclos leading the way in the final heat of the main 100-meter freestyles.
Looks like he's easing off the gas a little bit now.
.53.1, making sure he's in that final. It's going to be a great final, this, I'm sure it is.
It's going to be an epic one. I can't wait for tonight.
And that concludes the men 100-meter heats for the freestyle. That was exciting, and if you want to catch the action live for the finals, and I can guarantee you it's going to be great action, be sure to tune in at 6 p.m. and we'll bring you that action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool in Gqeberha. The women's 200-meter breaststroke coming up next, event 303. Our golden goal swimming in heat 5, Tatiana Schoenmaker. I'm sure that 100-meter breaststroke victory must have been great for her. A bit of a confident booster. She's been a bit up and down after that Olympic gold, and getting back into routine now, and yeah.
No, I definitely have to agree with you there. I was very happy for her coming back in that 100 breaststroke. Even just looking at the start, I was very impressed, because I know Lara also has an extremely good start, 50 and 100 specialist. So to see Tatiana break out with her, I was like, wow, okay, this is going to be all the way to the end. So Tatiana getting her hands to the wall first, very happy for her, excited. I think great confidence booster. I mean, even after that race, putting her head on the wall, just smiling, being happy. I was very happy for her. And also a great swim by Lara.
Yes, I was about to say, our SA Sportswoman of the year, Laura van Niekerk, also coming back off of a Commonwealth Games, still trying to find her feet as well. I believe she was a bit ill leading into nationals. So for her to still claim that second with a very good time is absolutely fantastic. Great for our ladies. And Colleen Corbett also, let's not throw her away in this 200-meter breaststroke. Great swimmer, seated there with a 2:23. She'll be out in heat 4. But first heat 1, in lane 3, Sanae Mostert, lane 4, Cara Sillier, and lane 5, Megan Cronier. Did you enjoy the breaststrokes? I had to ask. I had to ask a backstroke swimmer.
No, I can't say I did. To me personally, I always find breaststroke to be one of the hardest strokes.
Yeah.
Butterfly being probably one of my favorite ones. Butterfly, backstroke, freestyle, and then I would say breaststroke. So being able to do the 3 strokes pretty well, and then breaststroke not being so strong, the 200 IM, I would always be off to a flyer, butterfly, backstroke, kind of miles ahead, and then the breaststroke, you would just feel everybody coming.
Creeping up from the back.
Yes, everybody coming, and then, just have to kind of get back into the game for the freestyle leg. So breaststroke for me, no, definitely wasn't one of my favorites, but I also had the privilege of swimming with, I would say, probably some of the better-known breaststrokers in South Africa, Sarah Puva, Zaida Jardine. They were also great breaststrokers. Sarah going to the Olympics, Zaida also being SA champion in her own right. So, yeah, my whole team was kind of based on breaststrokers. So, for me not to be a breaststroker, I don't know how it happened, but yeah.
And it's funny, you speak to breaststrokers, they would tell you they find the 200 back one of the hardest events in the pool. So it's so funny. The fly free swimmers, they always, if you can swim fly, you can swim free. If you swim free, you can swim fly.
Yes.
It's always that big difference between the back.
Teacher just to actually teach breaststroke. I mean, it takes a lot of time, but I mean, you have swimmers that come in and it's just natural, beautiful breaststroke kick, and then others, the one leg is going to the right, the other one's going under their body, so a bit of the coordination too. But yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah, I mean, even I had a good chat with Ian Else. He worked a lot with stroke development with some of our top swimmers, including Tatiana Schoenmaker, and he had mentioned, especially in breaststroke, you look at an Olympic final, all 8 of the girls would have completely different strokes. So there's so many differences within the breaststroke itself. So it can be a tricky stroke to teach, as you said.
Correct. I think with any athlete, with any swimmer, everybody has their own stroke. So, I mean, if a kid kind of has a natural one arm bent, one arm straight, and it works for them, would I say it's something that's wrong? No, I wouldn't. I mean, if that works for them, that works for them. I mean, I can change the stroke, okay, high elbows, try to make it the way I want to do it, and then sometimes it just doesn't work at all. So you need to find what actually works for that swimmer. And
that's about getting to know your swimmers.
Correct.
I remember as a junior swimmer myself, it was those basics, and everybody had to stick to the basics, breathe every 3 arms and do this and do that, but I see it's changed completely. And it's about having that swimmer swim what's most comfortable for them and actually just building on that.
And what's best for them, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the breaststroke, you see some girls coming out low. You see Tatiana coming out nice and high. Some of them, the hands are coming out. Some hands are in. So it's what works for you.
On to heat 2 for the women's 200-meter breaststroke. Lane 1, Danielle Webster. Lane 2, Sunay van Jaarsveld. Lane 3, Kristen Brady. And lane 4, Kiera Kluter. In lane 5, Karmia Hartman. And lane 6, Myra Viduya. And lane 7, Cassandra Sikiotis.
Like even now, just looking across the pool, you can see so many different strokes.
Exactly. So a little bit more about your coaching. Where you based now? How's coaching been? How's that profession been?
Well, still based in Cape Town, out of Milnerton High School, working at Cybersmart Aquatics. No, it's going amazing. I mean, couldn't be happier. We're growing every day. Swimmers are doing well. Level 1, level 2, level 3, and not just on a junior level, also on a senior level. So it's also great to have Richard Miller obviously getting those, well, 1500 freestyle national title last year and regaining it again this year. Ethan Dupree doing his thing. Obviously took a little bit of a break last year because of matric.
Yep.
So that was the main focus for him. So it's just about getting back into it, racing, trying to be competitive, and proving it yesterday, having a great race against Chadwick Lowe in the 200 fly. Trinity Hearn, also first title yesterday, 200 fly, doing great things. We also have a youngster here, Jaden Kutzer, won the youth 200 IM medal yesterday, gold medal. So yeah, I'm just excited to be here. Just good to see great racing, not only from my swimmers at Cybersmart Aquatics personally, but just everyone from all around the country. I mean, whether you have a 13-year-old going a best time, or your likes of Roland Schumann doing his thing, making his comeback in the pool. It's just awesome to be here.
Yeah, you were speaking about Ethan doing his matric. It must be quite challenging for a coach to try and balance that education and that swimming still. I mean, a swimmer and the swimmer's parents can sometimes get so caught up with the swimming and the achievements that we can't forget about the education.
Yes, no, 100%. And I mean, also coming off Tokyo 2020, being his first Olympics, doing well there, then it was kind of a getting back home. Now it's kind of back to reality. We need to focus on the schoolwork. We need to pass matric. We need to get great results. We need to get those distinctions. So yeah, swimming did take a step back, but it's something that you need to learn to balance.
Yes.
And I've always said, as not only being a swimmer, but also being a coach now, you need to find the balance between swimming and education. So I know for myself, you would have your 5 a.m. morning practice. After that, go straight to school from 8 to 2, 8 to 3, and then back in the pool, get home, homework. Yes, it's hard, it's tiring, but I mean, if you have a goal at the end of the day, it's definitely worth it.
So I used to do a bit of coaching, and I'm full-time in the education, so I'm experiencing it from the school side.
Yes.
And I have to say, not only swimming, all of these, majority of the time, the individual sports, that takes a lot of self-discipline and so on, you can suddenly see them flourish in all aspects. Often you would see your swimmers that perform very well in the pool would perform fairly well in academics as well, because they are so self-disciplined.
Yes.
And there's a saying that goes, the more you get, the more you do, the more you actually get done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great to have them in the pool, those morning trainings, teaching them that discipline, staying out of trouble, and yeah, at the end of the day, they perform all over.
Yes, 100%, 100%. And I mean, Ethan had great results after his long break. I mean, during finals, if I would see him twice a week, that would be a lot, but it's a sacrifice that he wanted to make and he needed to make. And at the end, he got the great results. He was happy, we were happy, so now it's back to the grind. And it's just good seeing being in his element and just being happy.
Yeah.
As we said, here he's walking by.
No, just being content and still staying in the water, and just a shift in prioritizing.
Yes.
And then before you know it, that swimming comes back.
Yes.
Once you've got that studies, there's no expiry date on a matric certificate or your graduation certificate that you've achieved after studying. That will remain.
Yes.
And then you can get back into that pool and grind and get back into the swimming.
Get back to where you were.
Exactly. So in the water we have here heat 3 or 5 for the women 200 breaststroke. Nicola Hartmann, Morgan Farrow in 2, and Katie Savage swimming in 3. Emily Fisaki in 4. Georgia Els in 5. Isabella McColgan in 6. Cara Rolfe in 7. And Lisa Klein in 8.
Emily Visaki, breaststroke specialist, looking good in this heat so far, was at a 1:14.
Yes, seated there with a 2:33. I see the B qualifying time 2:31, so not far off. Hopefully we can see a B qualify from her.
It'll also be great. I mean, if we can get 3 ladies to qualify here tonight.
Can you imagine? That'll be great. 50 meters to go now. Emily Fisaki, the KZN swimmer. I'm sure before this event she would have been pretty content with making the final. So it's all about the feeling in the heats.
Yes, it's just about getting that good feeling, I mean, in a heat swim. So you know tonight you're coming back with confidence, feeling strong, and just especially on a breaststroke, just getting that rhythm.
There we go, 2:37, not too bad for the heats. And Kaylee Savage and Georgia Els, the two Gauteng swimmers, 2:41. There we go, next up, heat 4. Monique Oosthuizen in lane 1, Emma Kuhn in lane 2, Logan Gray in 3, Colleen Corbett in 4, Catherine van Rensburg in 5, Michaela Kultz in 6, Amy Robson Garth in 7, and Laura De Via in 8. Colleen Corbett, our Commonwealth Games medalist in this event, the 200 breaststroke. Also training alongside Tatiana Schoenmaker. She came 5th at the Olympics the year Tatiana Schoenmaker won.
Yes, and then I think everybody will recall that great moment
At the Commonwealth Games.
At the Olympics,
At the
actually.
Olympics.
After, once Tatiana broke the world record, the 3 ladies.
Yeah.
Kaylee and Tatiana, I think it made world headlines after that.
I remember with 100 breast at the Commonwealth Games when it was actually all 8 ladies came in together there. That was a special moment. And it was Laura and Tatiana. I think Colleen was also in that group hug.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just great to see so much camaraderie amongst not only our local South African swimmers, but also international swimmers.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you competitors at the end of the day, but it's going there, also making friends and just having long-term friendships. I know even from my swimming days, I still chat to so many of the swimmers that I met along my journey.
Yeah, yeah. Colleen Corbett, 100 meters in.
Looking extremely comfortable.
109. And you're 100% correct. What our viewers see and what the spectators see is the end result in the pool. They don't see the journey that is ahead of that. Everybody's sharing that same common goal, going through the same type of hours and same sacrifices. So there's so much everybody shares, like you say, not just locally, internationally. What our swimmers go through here is what the Americans, Australians, the European swimmers go through. So it's so nice to come together at an event.
Yeah.
And just that in itself brings you together.
Brings you together.
50 meters to go now.
A commanding lead by Kayleen.
Talking about studies, I know Colleen Corbett's in her final year of education. She wants to become a teacher. Picking up the stroke rate a little bit as we head into this last 20 meters.
Wow, this is a very impressive morning swim by Kayleen.
Wow, 24.93. That's fantastic swimming. I mean, that's just out of a qualifying time in the heats.
I'm sure she's going to be very happy with that swim.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, 2:23, was that not the time she swam at the Commonwealth Games?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's just off of that, so that's very impressive. Colleen Corbett taking a convincing win in Heat 4 for our ladies 200-meter breaststroke. Not sure if she's sending out a message to the ladies coming up in Heat 5. There you go in our image. Tatiana Schoenmaker, our national champion in the 100-meter breaststroke. She's got those custom designed swimming caps of hers.
Yes, I saw those on social media.
Megan Shepherd in 1. Michaela Del Medico in 2. Simone Mole in 3. Tatiana Schoenmaker 4. Kate May in 5. Helen Taylor in 6. Taylor Farrow in 7. And Madison Duplessis in lane 8. This the final heat, the 5th and final heat for the women's 200 breaststroke. On day 3 of the SA National Swimming Championships, and we are bringing you the action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool. Gqeberha.
Just turned on a bit of a short stroke there.
Yeah.
32-1 out.
And those are things that seem small to us, but they can make big margins, eh?
Very big difference.
Especially at this level. Spoke about it earlier, that high, coming out high out of the water there, Tatiana Schoenmaker, that unique stroke of hers. Powerful kick. And she goes out with a 108. Just as impressive. Girls on holding back.
Yes, about a second faster than what Kayleen went out. Kayleen was at 109. Still looking strong, looking comfortable.
We spoke about it earlier, that confidence boost in the 100 breaststroke, and yeah, we can see it. Well, that's all confidence in the pool there. 50 meters to go now. Tatiana Schoenmaker on her last turn. Still a second ahead of what Kayleen went out. She went out 147, I think it was, after 150.
Swimming. Doesn't it make you want to get back in the pool?
Oh, it makes me want this, not the hard hours of work before this. 2:22, look at that. Fantastic. A qualifying time. Beautiful swimming, Tatiana Schoenmaker. I just love being here and seeing these swimmers swim. A year or two ago, you see them on television at these world-class events,
Yes.
winning these Olympic gold world medals, and yeah, they are on home soil,
Yes.
right here,
So great to see. I mean, I
and
know.
normal people.
Yes, many of my athletes like, oh, I need to get a picture with Peter and
Yeah.
Matt and Tatiana and this one and that one. And just for them to be here, they're just so excited, and to get that picture and put it up on your wall, just being there, being inspired by all of these great athletes.
Yeah. And heat 1, Eli Lawrence, he's one of our multi-class swimmers. In lane 1, Zach Waters in lane 2, Timothy Hartman in 3, Jordan Trumpeter in 4, Ilyas Omar in 5, Alex Layer in 6, and Amkele Kamarana in lane 7. This is heat 1 of 5 for the men 200 meter breaststroke. There we go, they are under starters orders. I know you flew in from the Western Cape. I flew in from Joburg. I don't know if it's you or I who brought this weather along. Yeah, it's cold.
It's extremely cold. I mean, it was storming this morning. I mean, in Cape Town yesterday, it was a proper storm.
Then it's you.
It was a proper storm happening yesterday. I mean, driving to morning training, I had my wipers on, basically sitting on the steering wheel because you can't exactly go very fast.
Then I'm blaming you. Because Joburg's perfect.
But then it cleared up nicely by the end of the day, before I left. The sun was out. I mean, was wearing a t-shirt, so I guess it's coming from Cape Town.
Yeah. But lovely indoor facility, this Newton Park swimming pool. So we're happy that we're indoors. Water temperature seems to be great.
Yes, everybody's
Water
enjoying.
conditions great.
Everybody's enjoying the water temperature, the pool. I've only heard compliments. So I'm just happy for the swimmers.
And it's not often that we have facilities that have the nice warm-up and cool-down pool along the side as well. Sometimes our facilities only offer the main pool where they can do the warm-up in the mornings, and then they can only cool down after the gala and the events have taken place. But now they have the opportunities to, and it's a beautiful warm-up and cool-down pool there at the back.
Yes, beautiful facility. I mean, we don't have many of these in Cape Town. I think it's only, sorry, not in Cape Town, in South Africa.
Yep.
I think we have this one in Durban.
Yep.
Actually, we do have one in Cape Town, UWC.
Oh, lovely. On to the second 100. If you've just tuned in, welcome to the SA National Swimming Championships, and we are bringing you the action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool in Gqeberha, and this is day 3 of 5, and we are busy with the heats. We started this morning at 9:30 a.m. and if you want to catch the finals, it's at 6 p.m. You can just join in on YouTube. You can find Swimming South Africa there on our YouTube and all social media platforms. You'll find the links that lead you right to the action. And in the water now, you can see event 304, the men's 200 meter breaststroke. And this is heat 1. Heat 1. And in your image there, it is the swimmer in lane 4, Jordan, trumpeter in the Eastern Cape.
Timothy Hartman seems to be coming back quite strong in lane 3.
Yeah, as well as the Western Cape swimmer in lane 6. Looks like Alex touched the wall first there. Also Western Cape, Timothy, you spoke about him touching the wall there, just behind Jordan. Both Western Cape swimmers came through strong there.
So what was your favorite event as a swimmer?
So as a swimmer, I started off as a swimmer. Look, I ended my sporting career as a triathlete.
Okay.
So as a swimmer, I did like the breaststroke,
Okay.
believe it or not. I think back then, I don't even think back then we had the junior nationals. The level 3 was like your best one. Like you had your level 1, 2, and 3. And yeah, I only managed to make level 2. And then I was like, no, maybe I should try this multi-sport thing, because I was a fairly good runner in school.
Okay.
And that's when I head on into the biathlons and biathlons, and then ended up in the triathlon scene. So, so then I did my triathlons, and I enjoyed doing that up until about 2015. Also tried to chase the Olympic dream.
Yes.
I was always about in the top 4 ranked athletes. So you always had your Richard Murrays, Henry Skumans.
Yes.
And Vian Sulvalt and myself, we were based more in Gauteng.
Okay.
Unfortunately, just missed out on that, and that's when I got into the professional scene, into education. Did my PGCE. That was, by the way, Eli who touched the wall there, a multi-class swimmer. Touched the wall there in lane 1. So yeah, that's when I got into education. Rocco Mayring from Tux was also my swimming coach.
Okay.
And through him, that's how I got involved in coaching. So at the school where I was based at, one of the Kiro schools in Hazeldean in Pretoria, we had a Tux swimming satellite. So that's how I got involved in that. And yeah, now I am doing commentary. When I stop sports, more in triathlon scenes. I do the triathlon scenes commentary, and but really missed the swimming through the coaching. So I try to sneak my way into the swimming.
And missing triathlons at all?
Missing it a lot. I miss that camaraderie feeling that we spoke about. I miss that family, miss that community. Not so much the racing, as I said, that plays a small part in it, but I really do miss my family.
Yes.
I always say to people, if I could be an author of a book, and I'm sure you can agree with this, I would write a story about my 2 worlds. Because once you're in that professional sporting scene, it's a different world. It's different people. Only those people understand the sacrifices, what you're going through. My friends and family would say, why you don't want to come to this braai, or why don't you want to go to this place, or why don't you want to go away with us? But they just don't seem to understand. But the people in your world seem to understand. And now I've entered the other world.
Yes.
And now I want to invite my professional sports friends for a braai, and I don't understand why they don't want to braai with me.
Come.
Yeah, so I do miss that community a lot, and swimming especially has got a special with it. Good to see old friends and so on, and catch up with everybody. So no, I love it.
Oh, that's good. Good to hear.
This is heat 2 in the water. Fabio Santos swimming out in lane 1, Jaden Wills in 2, Chris Smith in 3, Ewald Bartleman in 4, Matthew Andrew in 5, Jaden de Swart in 6, Alex Ramala in 7, Bernard Mentz swimming in 8. But it's lovely to see ex-swimmers now emerging as coaches, and
Yes.
great coaches. I mean, along with you, I mean, I still have good contact with Keenan Riffle. He's doing great as a coach. I also see Garth Toon still doing great. So a lot of swimmers coming through and being great coaches.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
I think that does give you a little bit of an edge, though. You know, being a swimmer yourself. I think especially from that psychological point of view, knowing what the swimmers went through and what they're going through.
And it's a different understanding.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, those morning trainings, exams, peer pressure at times from friends at school,
Yeah.
and it definitely does help.
Yeah.
It definitely does.
And then you get the coaches who are purely there through theory and knowledge, which is also bringing in that other angle and also becoming great coaches.
Yes,
So
bringing in a different aspect.
yeah. And how's the network between the coaches been? Is it good? Do you guys feed off of each other? Do you guys chat and assist each other?
I think we all definitely feed off of each other. Like I was saying yesterday, it would be nice to see everybody more often.
Yep.
Because yes, you do see a few coaches at your level 1, level 2, level 3s, but it's not that much that all of us get together.
Yep.
Yes, when we have our conferences, that's always a great time, just learning from other coaches. I know John was here a couple of years ago, and just getting knowledge from the Canadian background and what they're doing in Canada, and how far Canada's come in such a short period of time, and just learning about their structure and swimming environment, and also just how all of the coaches are working together there, just for the sport, which is great. It's great to see.
Yeah, and I think that's important. I
Yeah.
think it's really important because at the end of the day, it is about the swimmer.
Correct.
And if the coaches can come together to improve not only your swimmer, but to play in a role in another coach's swimmer, I
Yes.
think it's great. It's about the swimmers at the end of the day. This is heat 3 in the water. Chia Lobo in 1, Kieran Rolfe in 2, Sean Thomas in 3, Liam Mahara in 4, Peter Etzold in 5, Jonathan Heslop in 6, Zayn Nimant in 7, Rangarirai Shoshore swimming in lane 8. This is heat 3 of 5 for the men's 200 meter breaststroke in the water.
But it's also it's so great to be at an event like this with all the other coaches. I mean, it's also nice to get somebody from the outside. So, for example, if I don't see something that my swimmer is doing wrong, then another coach will help me out and be like, hey, what if they try this with their hand position or that with their kick? And it's just good to have everybody here, just helping the sport grow.
I'm sure you get a lot of tips for breaststroke.
I don't have any breaststroke.
Yeah, no, it is great to have, and it's great to see these coaches. I love coming out in the morning during warm-up, and I love to see coaches mingling with one another and chatting about the previous day's events, and as you say, handing out each other some advice. That's Liam Mahara, who touched the wall there from Zim, first in heat 3 with a 2:21.07. I'm sure the Zimbabwean swimmer would be happy with that swim. He was seeded with a 2:18, so not too bad for the heats.
But I must say, I did learn a lot about breaststroke in Tokyo, getting the privilege of working with Rocco quite closely as one of the assistant coaches.
Yeah.
So just watching him interacting with Tatiana and just watching them work their program, and also having Peter there too on the backstroke, I learned a lot.
Yeah. Rocco would be one of those coaches coming from that educational side. He swam a little bit.
Yes.
I know he's a fond. He played some rugby in his good old varsity days. So, and I perceive him as a coach who's always willing to learn.
Yes.
He's never someone that knows it all. He's always willing to ask questions, never shy to ask questions, which I really appreciate of Rocco.
And also always willing to give back.
Yeah.
Which I love. And he's always willing to help. I mean, you can phone him any time of the day. He'll give you the best advice. I mean, if there's something you can't solve, he'll help you try solve it. So it's just great having that relationship with coaches in and around South Africa.
Yeah, no, it's good. And now he's got Keenan Riffle coaching with him, alongside him. So I'm sure Keenan is appreciating every bit of that moment. And yeah, because, you know, Rocco, it's great to have Rocco supporting Keenan and developing Keenan. Rocco maybe has a couple of years left. I mean, we got to be real, and knowing that Keenan is there in his footsteps, you know, coaches are feeding and developing each other, which is great.
I actually had the privilege of swimming with Keenan in my heydays. It was myself, Keenan, and his sister Lacal. We swam together at Vineyard Swimming Club back then in Cape Town under Karoli Bontaris. So I know Keenan very well, just growing up with him, and he's also just become an incredible coach in his own right, developing the younger swimmers, and also now being here at a senior level. So it's just great to see the growth.
And Keenan, I find him as a coach all about the smaller stuff, the statistics and those things. He'll tell you a lot about every swimmer and how the stroke rates and the stroke counts, and very technical coach.
Yes.
There we go. This is heat 4 in the water. And leading the way there is the swimmer in lane 4, up-and-coming swimmer, Kian Kilok. Heard his name a lot. Also all-round swimmer, great IM swimmer.
The Boksburg Boykie.
Yeah, the Boksburg Boykie. That's where I grew up.
Okay.
That's where I grew up, Boksburg. Great touching the wall there, 2:19.19. Kian Pilok. Boksburg also produced Douglas Erasmus.
Yes.
Yeah, the tough ones. But I think Pretoria has made me a bit soft. Even now when I visit Boksburg, I feel a bit scared.
I lived in Pretoria for 2.5 years. Loved every minute of it, being at the High Performance Center up there at Tux. Yeah,
no, I also enjoyed my fair time at the High Performance Center. Great program out there. You must have been the same time there as Lisa Marie Retief as well?
No.
No?
No, she was before me.
Oh, okay. The fifth and final heat of the men's 200-meter breaststroke in the water. Clinton Eels, lane 2, Olivia Langer. In lane 3, Dylan Buerta. Lane 4, Matthew Randall. Lane 5, Tom Truter. Lane 6, Matthew Bedison. Lane 7, Joshua Miller. Lane 8, Malcolm Buerta. Matthew Randall, our 100-meter breaststroke champion, in the 200 breast as well. I think he prefers the 200 breast, Matthew Randall.
This is his main one. It was a great race in that 100 breaststroke between him and Michael Hulley.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that 200 breaststroke definitely came out in the end. He just powered back with every stroke.
Yeah, and Michael Holy prefers the 50 to 100.
50
yeah, 100-meter specialist goes head and head. And that's the same with Laura and Tatiana.
Yes.
Laura preferring the 50 as well, and Tata the 200, so it'll always be close in that 100. And there he goes. He went out in a 104.86.
Very good start.
Just as with the girls, Kayleen and Tatiana, I don't know whether it was a swimmer's choice or Rocco's choice to say we're not holding back in the heats.
I think it's also nice if you do the time in the heat, because it kind of takes the pressure off for the final. So it's more about just enjoying, fixing a little bit of a few technical things, and you can just race and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, claiming the titles is one thing, but we got to remember they are trying to qualify for world champs. So in a lot of their minds, they think, I'm not going to leave it for one chance. I've actually got two chances here.
To do it.
Yeah.
And especially if you're feeling good in the morning, I mean, go for it.
Yeah. (2:16.41). Just outside of that B qualifying time. And that concludes the breaststroke events. Multi-class swimmers coming up. Your Cape Town swimmer, Minky Janssen van Rensburg. I mean, she's been brilliant in the multi-class events.
Yes, definitely. I think on the whole, all multi-class swimmers are doing amazingly this meet.
I know Minka swam that world record. I think it was yesterday. I think it was in the 50 and she, alongside Laura and Peter, she also got an award, right? Disability Swimmer of the Year, I think it is.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, the SA Sports Award. There she is in your image. Multi-class. It seems like they've combined them all here together, our ladies. Minka Janssen van Rensburg in 3, Melissa Everson in 4, Caitlin Murray in 5, and Nikita Douglas in 6. Melissa, Caitlin, and Nikita, they all swim together in their classification, and Minka the only one in hers, the S14 to 15, and Melissa, Caitlin, and Nikita S1 to S13.
Johannesburg, please report to the admin office.
And they'll be swimming the 50-meter butterfly.
Just waiting for the officials to get set up on the other side of the pool.
First time seeing that. Usually the swimmers would start on the opposite side. But I know that some swimmers, the depth of the pool probably plays a role. I don't know if this pool goes from deep to shallow, and sometimes starting on the opposite side, the faster swimmers who like to spend some time under the water, they don't like starting in the shallow end of the pool.
It does make a very big difference.
Yeah.
Especially if you do have quite a deep dive. I mean, going in, your first kick, your knees graze the bottom of the pool, which is not an ideal situation.
Yeah, and swimmers like Chad Leclos and Roland Skuman who likes to take advantage of that first 15 meters. Definitely include them. And there they're off. 50 butterfly multi-class. Women are in the water. Great start by the swimmer in lane 5, Caitlin Murray.
It's a nice change after the turn of breaststroke, going into a few sprints.
Yeah.
Always personally like the 50 fly myself.
And 50 fly for our able swimmers tomorrow, Sunday. I think it could be Sunday. Very close touch there. 37.34. Melissa Everson touching the wall just ahead of Caitlin Murray. And Minka Janssen van Rensburg, a 44.36. Men up next in the multi-class 50 butterfly. Yes, 14 and 15. JP Nell in lane 3. Amkele Kumarana in 4. Aaron Putz in 5. Eli Lawrence swimming in 6. You have in your image JP Nell getting ready for that 50 fly. Aaron Putz in lane 5 always has time for a good conversation. Aaron came to me this morning. First thing he asked is, where's my friend Derek, who commentated the first 2 days?
Yes.
So Derek, if you're listening, Aaron's missing you.
I have had a scratching in the men's 100 freestyle.
Boys are looking strong.
Finals, Ricky
Very, very
Lawson
good
from
swim this
KZN,
50
now
butterfly
into the
multi-class.
final. Anu Kruger from Gauteng is the first reserve, and Corey Werrick from Zim is the second reserve.
32.18.
Like Aaron got his wall to the wall first.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be happy with that swim. Well done. Next event, 50 butterfly, multi-class S1 to S13. So the previous one we saw there was S14 to 15 and S1 to 13. Lane 2, Kabelo Swane. In lane 3, James Villiers. In lane 4, Christian Sadie. In lane 5, Matthew Moss. In lane 6, Jos Ninaber. In lane 7, Mpo Manganye. In lane 8, Nkosimayebongwe Gludlu. There, the Western Cape swimmer in your image in lane 4, Christian Sadie. Next to him also Western Cape, Matthew Moss. And off they go. It is the Western Cape swimmer in the lead.
What a start there by Christian Sadi.
And finish. Look at that. Head down all the way. Missed the times there on the board, but nonetheless a great swim there by Christian. And that concludes the multi-class swims for the 50 butterfly. Next up, considered one of the toughest events in the pool, 400 meter IM.
Do you think so?
Well, for me personally.
Well, for me, 200 breast.
Yeah, I always felt like it was punishment when that coach said 200 fly or 400 IM.
Yeah, it's always one of those tricky events. I mean, you can be good at 3 strokes, like I said earlier. 1 stroke, you need to work a little bit harder.
Yeah. And you get when you want to achieve a certain level, you just got to be great in all 4. You can't have flawless in one of those strokes.
Yes.
And you can see that in Rebecca. I'm sure if you put Rebecca up in any one of the individual events, she'll perform above average in them. And
she's great at all the hundreds.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
And also recently been working on the 100 backstroke quite a lot. So that's definitely taken her IM up to a whole nother level.
Yeah. The spectators, the grandstands right behind us. Sure, it's going to fill up tonight. 6 o'clock, the finals. If you've just tuned in, welcome to day 3 of the SA National Swimming Championships. And we are bringing you the action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool in Gqeberha. And these are the heats. If you want to see some great action, tune in tonight at 6 p.m. for the finals of day 3. You can follow all the Swimming South Africa social media feeds and you'll catch the link going straight there.
I think we definitely set up for some exciting finals tonight so far.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to those finals. I mean, just the 100 freeze in itself during the heats was impressive.
Yes, we're going to have Chad, Matt, Peter, and the list just goes on.
Exactly. And the 200 breasts were good with those ladies as well, so I'm looking forward to witness that tonight. So, yeah, if you tuned in now, make sure you don't miss tonight, 6 o'clock. Sure you can record your soapies and rather tune in here. 400 meter IM in the water. Lane 3 Will Beat, in lane 4 Jaden de Swart, lane 5 DeAndre Hartman, and lane 6 Carlo Brits. Seems like Will decided not to swim. So only 3 swimmers here in this first heat.
Great seeing the Zimbabwean contingency down here racing at our SA Nationals.
Yeah, I see that more and more when our visiting African countries come and swim at our meets.
I know we had Botswana at Sanjay too.
Yep. And how did you enjoy the SA Junior Nationals? You started to see the youth in our country?
Well, unfortunately I wasn't there, but I did get the results on Beat Mobile.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just great to see so many up-and-coming talents, just ladies, men's fields. It's looking very, very exciting for what's to come.
And that took place in Kings Park.
Yes.
Durban. In 2022 it was a combined event, the juniors and the seniors. And this year they separated them again.
It was hosted here.
I think it was hosted, yeah, the combined one.
In the women's 200 meter breaststroke, we had a scratching. Michaela Gulls KZN moves into the A final. And Megan Shepherd from...
So as a coach, swimmers swimming their first 400 IM, what's your speech?
Ooh. Well, I mean, by that time I would know my swimmers' strengths and weaknesses. So, I mean, just try and control what you can control.
Yeah.
For example, most of my swimmers, the breaststroke is not too strong. So, try to go out as comfortably in the fly and the backstroke and work on the weak link. So, work on the breaststroke leg.
Yeah. Build on the strengths and fix the weaknesses, yeah?
Correct.
But I can imagine if breaststroke's your weakest link, it can be quite dangerous trying to go out too hard on that fly and back.
Yes. But you kind of don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you need to do and just hold on.
And then you just hold
You
on.
have to hold on.
Try and glide it out in the breaststroke. And the freestyle, whatever you can feel.
Just
Make use
fight
of that.
back. Zimbabwean swimmer coming back nicely. Definitely breaststroke's one of his strongest points there.
Jaden Swart, that is. And with an impressive lead out in lane 6, Carlo Brits. Qualifying times here, 4:17.48, that A qualifying time, that's very fast. The B qualifying time, 4:26.49. And on to the last leg they go. Carlo's got 50 meters. Go 4:52. Seeded with a 4:57, so I'm sure we'll be happy with that time, Carlo.
Best time by 5 seconds. Good job.
There we go. Also a very good time by that Zimbabwean. 5:03. Jaden de Swart. Then your image, Cameron Kasali, representing Gauteng. And in lane 1, Tingwei Deng. In lane 2, Sven van der Linde. Matthew Goldwell in 3, Cameron Kasali in 4, Chris Mayloff in 5, Jonathan Els in 4, Adrian Mostert in 7, and Christian Davidson swimming in 8. This is heat 2 of 3 for the men 400 meter IM.
At Sanja, I actually heard that name quite a bit at Junior Nationals. Chris. Up in lane 5.
Mihailov.
He had a very impressive Junior Nationals. I think he went 359,
And
400
only
free.
15 years old.
359, 400 free, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's impressive. He seeded here with a 4:32, the 15-year-old. Going out nice and strong, 101, both Cameron and Chris.
Always my boy.
For those that heard him, it's Chad Leclos. Hoping Chanel saying good stuff about him. You got to start speaking up, Chanel.
And the claw? Yeah.
Coaching and commentary. For those that just tuned in, Chanel van Wyk is here with me, and Chad Leclos trying to get some tips from her before that final.
Chad, always an entertaining one.
Yeah.
Always keeping us on our toes at training.
I don't know him personally, but from the times that I've done commentary, what I appreciate about him is he would always come around the media tables and greet everybody and appreciate everybody for what they're doing, and a friendly face all around. And I don't know if my perception is right about him.
No, 100%. I mean, always, growing up with him, obviously training together, I was privileged to swim with him at Mr. Price Seagulls when Graham was still coaching. Well, Graham is still coaching there. So yes, just growing up with Chad, he's always been lively, happy, smiling. I don't think I've seen a day where he's ever really upset, or if he is having a bad day, he can always help you put a smile on your face, no matter what. So just a great vibe, even just around the pool. I mean, I know when he is in Cape Town, he comes to train with us a few times at Milnerton High School.
Yep.
So just having him there, having the youngsters see him training, smiling, always willing to take pictures at the end of the day, no matter what, even if he's rushing out to a meeting, and just inspiring the youth.
Yeah. A real ambassador of the sport.
Yes.
And I think he recognizes that as well. Not just the golden boy, but also being an ambassador and doing what he can from his side to improve the sport of swimming in the country.
Just always willing to give back, not only to the youth, but also to your Matthew States, Ethan Dupree. I mean, Ethan was very lucky. Just before Tokyo, he actually went to live with Chad.
Yep.
For a few months and training up in Durban, because we didn't have any long course facilities available at that point in time. So just the whole Leclerc family opening up their homes to Ethan and to the whole Cybersmart family, it was just such a privilege, such an honor, and just helping wherever they can.
And he had a good swim recently at a World Cup event, Leclerc.
Yes.
And I'm sure that's great for him as well, and a great confidence booster for him, leading to World Champs coming up later on. So.
Yes, and also just getting that qualifying time, working on the back end speed with his new coach Dirk Lange, being in Germany now for a while, training camp. So yes, he's looking great.
Touching the wall first there, Chris Mihailov, spoke about him earlier, 15 years of age. The 4:38, he was seated with a 4:32, so I'm sure he's content with that time going into the finals. That's really impressive, 15 years of age. As you said, you heard that name a lot at Junior Nationals.
Yes.
We're on to the third and final heat for the men 400 meter IM. In lane 1, Arkal Velman. In lane 2, Aiden Nell. Johan Boshoff in 3. Matt Seitz in 4. Kian Kielach in 5. MJ Finley in 6. Johan Malan in 7. And
Matt Seitz in the water, very comfortable in that butterfly leg.
yes, impressive swim in that 200 meter IM, taking gold. Just ahead of Andrew Ross and Ross Hartigan.
Also a great all-round swimmer.
Yes, and next to him we have Kian Kielach, who I also mentioned earlier, the boy from Boksburg, also all-round swimmer. And when I think of Kian, I think a lot of Matt Seitz.
Yes.
A very similar type of swimmer.
A younger version.
Exactly, exactly.
Kian just got out the 200 breaststroke.
Yeah.
Wow. Tough double.
So I'm sure he would just want to make the finals, yeah? It's going to be a tough finals for him.
Yes. But I'm sure he's put all the work in and ready for this.
Matthew Seitz looking comfortable in the lead.
Looking very relaxed in that backstroke.
It'll also be a tough final session for him with the 100 free and the 400 IM. although the 100 free will be the first event, it's still racing at that level.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have your
it's
Chad
still going to be in your muscles.
I know Matt's also been working quite a bit on his backstroke. His fly, breaststroke, freestyle has always been great. And if you can call it the weaker stroke,
Yeah.
has been the backstroke. So I wonder if he's been getting some tips from Peter on the backstroke, seeing that they're such good friends
Yeah.
and been training together. Definitely stepping off the gas.
Yeah, being content with his swim here in the 400 meter IM. Johan Boshoff, Western Cape, he had a good backstroke leg.
Yes.
And both John and Kian now coming up next to Matt.
He's got some very strong breaststrokers on either side of him right now.
The swimmers in lane 6 and 7, MJ Findlay, Johan Milan, also 16 years of age. Both of them having great swims.
Yeah, Matt just gliding through the water.
Yes, and John Boshoff had a great backstroke leg.
Yes.
I think a breaststroke might be his weaker link. Kian Keelock, I know he loves the breaststroke. As you mentioned earlier, just coming off of that 200 meter breaststroke heats and onto the freestyle leg they go.
I think both boys will just be very happy just to come top 2 here, make the final, and show us what they have left in the tank tonight.
Onto that 3/4 freestyle stroke. It's almost verging a catch-up swim in the last 100 meter freestyle.
Yes, just looking at the 100 freestyle race earlier and looking at this 100 freestyle,
Yeah.
very different.
We spoke about former swimmers being great coaches. Also recently spending some great time in Pretoria is Troy Prinsloo.
Yes,
Also enjoying his time.
open water distance swimmer.
Emma Chile is also joining Rocker Maiden squad while she's up here with Troy. They married, by the way,
Yes.
for those viewers that don't know. And I'm sure she's looking forward to that 50 freestyle coming up.
Yeah, she looked very good in the 100 freestyle this morning, so that will also be a very exciting race later for the ladies 100 free.
Great swim by Matt Sates and Kian Keelock. Matt Sates taking it easier, but still making sure he's touching the wall first. 4:34, 7:4, and Kian Keelock off of that 200 breast, 4:35, not bad.
Well, Matt having a best time of 4:05, 4:34 you said it was, so well.
Very easy. Very easy swim for him. On to the ladies. They've also got 3 heats. In lane 3, Chelsea White. In lane 4, Marini Jacobs. In lane 5, Daneda Clark. And Taylor Farrer in lane 6. Fastest seated time there, Marini Jacobs from Eastern Cape with a 5:21.
It's nice to see so many athletes actually competing
Yeah.
in the 400 IM event. comfortable lead in the butterfly.
And it's great to see a lot of young swimmers doing the 400 meter IM. I know you've got a lot more coaching experience than I, but I tend to find to work a lot more on the aerobic distances with the younger swimmers, as teaching them pacing, teaching them distance per stroke. And a lot of coaches would use these events, the 400 meter IM events, 400 events, 200 events, to get that in the younger swimmers.
Yes, that's definitely one of the things that I live by and believe in and encourage all of my swimmers to do. I mean, I think when you join my team, you kind of know you don't have a choice. You kind of need to do your 200 fly, 400 IM, 400, 800, 1500 freestyle. I just think it builds that base for an athlete and also the longevity. So at the end of the day, you can go to any program and you'll be fine with no matter which program, whether it's in South Africa or abroad, and you'll be able to cope with any other training style, if you can put it that way. So, I mean, in training, my junior and senior team, they are doing 1500s, they are doing 800s. I had my IREEP, 200 butterfly swimmer.
Yeah.
She came 6th, if I'm not mistaken. First year was the youngest swimmer, swimming there to 12 to 14 years old. So, I mean, if you can do it at such a young age, I mean, when you get older, 50s and 100s are going to be nothing.
Exactly. And that's what swimmers and parents need to understand. There's actually method behind the madness. It's not about putting your child into this distance swim because we want to punish them and have them do these long yards. It's about actually getting them to build that base while they're at that age, because at that age is also the perfect age to build a base. And as you said, when it comes later on, then it's so easy to just tweak it into that 1500.
Yes, into the sprint event.
Yes.
It's the same as Chad, as a young athlete training with Graham, distance base. I mean, he was 400 IM swimmer, and now later on in life, 50, 100, 200. Easy peasy for him.
I remember Ryk Neertling being a very good 1.5 swimmer.
Yes.
And he actually did very well in the mid-mile miles as well.
Correct.
As a young swimmer, starting off in the longer distances.
In the longer distance, yes.
Yeah.
No, there is definitely method behind the madness.
Yes. So parents, we don't want to punish the swimmers.
No, not at all. And also at a young age, as swimmer, I would say 11 to 13. I don't specialize in a specific event. I think at that age you need to learn to swim everything.
Yes.
Even if you don't have a strong stroke, I think later on it will come out. And also, seasons change. So this season you can be a great freestyler. Next season suddenly you're doing well in breaststroke.
Yeah.
So it's something always changing. So if you have that diversity to be able to do all the strokes, it's only going to be for your benefit.
Yeah, no, and being a specialist in one stroke alone, you might reach to a point where just psychologically it's draining you, because you're not hitting the times that you want to hit, you're not getting those wins that you used to get. And then to be able to be in a position where you can actually do all the strokes, you take that time, you just move away from that one stroke, head into the other stroke, and suddenly you find some new motivation in that new stroke.
In that stroke, that's correct. And funny enough, sometimes you see that stroke starts getting faster, even though you haven't been focusing on it as much.
And that becomes the main stroke at the end of the day.
Yes.
Looks like the Free State swimmer touching the wall first. In that heat one, Danae de Klerk. 5:19, beautiful swim. It's a PB for her. She was seeded with a time of 5:23. Heat 2 coming up next. Our national champion, Rebecca Meader, will be swimming in lane 4. There she is in your image. That really was an impressive swim, the 200 meter IM.
I wish I could have been here,
Yeah,
but
same.
I was on a flight. just very happy for Becky.
And joining her in Heat 2 for the women's 400 meter IM in lane 1, Kirsten Storm. In lane 2, Michaela Dalmedico. In lane 3, Aline McMorrin. In lane 4, Rebecca Meader, Christian Bellingham in 5, Georgia Els in 6, Ashley Ebbing in 7, Madison Duplessis in 8.
I was actually reading an article this morning about Becky, and she was saying that she didn't expect the 211.
Yeah.
So that came as a very big surprise. She said the way she was feeling, she thought maybe a 212 high, and obviously touching the wall and looking up and seeing that 211 was such an incredible feeling.
Yeah, no one can really describe that feeling. When you go in with a certain expectation and you exceed that expectation.
Yes.
I mean, that's amazing.
And also just knowing all of your hard work has paid off.
Yeah, I mean, these swimmers, they averaging how many kilometers a week in the pool?
I mean, depends. Distance, sprints,
Yeah,
maybe 65, 70 Ks a week.
65, 70 Ks a week, and it comes down to a 200 meter event. As you said, it's about touching the wall and realizing that time and effort actually was worth it.
All those morning trainings,
Yeah.
all the afternoon trainings, your 8K sets, the sets where you were swimming and you had tears in your eyes because everything was sore, but you knew you were doing it for a reason, and just to touch the wall and that satisfaction.
And that's what we as a general public don't see. You know, with social media and the power of social media, you'll always put the good stuff up there. You know, you'll put the wins up and the results at the meets, but it's not because they don't want to. You just simply don't have the time to put in that everyday effort and sacrifices that goes in. And the general public just, they don't understand that. And so, yes, it is a lot for these swimmers to, a big relief as they touch the wall and they've actually achieved that goal or have done even better. To us, they look like superheroes.
Yes.
But they're actually just normal people working a little bit harder.
Just like all of us. I remember for myself qualifying for my first World Champs and just knowing like all the work and effort and time and energy that yourself, your parents, your coach, your family, everybody put into that moment, and just touching the wall at that moment, just all that emotion hits you and you hear the crowd going crazy because you've actually made the time. I know for myself it didn't really sink in that moment. So yes, you get out, everybody's happy, you have the interviews, you realize you've done it, but it hasn't actually settled. And I know getting home later that night, driving on the bus, and I was just an emotional wreck, and I just started crying, and everybody was like, "Are you okay? What is wrong?" And I'm just like, "Yes, I'm so happy."
Yes.
But it's something that you just can't explain, and you know you've been giving every single thing that you could to get to that point in time. It's just,
And
I guess a relief, but also just the emotion just takes over.
And then you've qualified, and then your coach gets you, okay, now we're going to work.
Yes, but it's quite nice after nationals because you can get a bit of a week break where you can just kind of let your hair down a little bit before you get back to the grind.
Yes, I was about to ask you that now. I mean, these swimmers are trying to qualify for World Championships. World Championships taking place in July. What would take place now? These swimmers swimming here, qualifying, do they rest? How long do they rest? Because July is around the corner.
I think maximum break you would get is a week.
Yeah. And is that of doing nothing, leaving the pool completely?
Yeah. Of doing nothing. I mean, maybe you would have a bit of a one or two, I wouldn't say sessions, but just kind of loosen down swim.
Yep. Or some cross training perhaps. They're going for a walk somewhere or cycle.
Yes. also just to get your mind away from the pool, just to relax. I mean, because you've been working this whole season. I mean, you've done the times now. You're happy now. Go out with your friends, have fun, stay away from the pool, enjoy yourself, and then when it's time to come back, let's refocus.
4:57, that winning time in Heat 2. Rebecca Meader cruising in. Sure, we're going to see a different Rebecca Meader in the final. Yeah, so it's not just about resting the body, it's also about resting the mind. That's why it's so important to stay away from the waters
Yes.
and the pool.
I know because my swimmers are also going on a break. Well, when we get back, we have another week of training, and then everybody will take off after that.
Yep.
And they're like, can we come and swim? I'm like, no, I don't want to see you. If you're in the pool, you're playing in the pool with your friends. You can play some volleyball, you can play some whatever it is in the pool, but no physical activity. You want to go for a run on the beach, I guess, do it, but just stay at home. Eat food, go have your McDonald's, go have your steers. I mean, just enjoy, you know?
See, you can also be addicted to good stuff, not
Yes.
just bad stuff.
Yes.
This is heat 3 of 3 for the women's 400 meter IM. The final heat, Chazelle Orton in lane 1, Caitlin Horn in 2, Catherine van Rensburg in 3, Dakota Tucker in 4, Samantha Randall in 5, Megan Stewart in 6, Laura Goos in 7, Maxine Boyce in 8. I remember seeing Dakota at short course nationals, having a great short course champs, and I'm happy to see her here again. Only 18 years of age, also a great IM swimmer. I'm mistaken, I see your lane is empty, she's not swimming.
Seems to have scratched.
Yeah, so Dakota Tucker not swimming in this 400 meter IM event. One of her favorite events, I must say.
Would have been great to see her in the water. And she also entered on that B qualifying time.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, coaching by Peter Williams.
Yes.
Yeah, saw him earlier on, just
Yes.
walked by us. On to the backstroke leg they go. And lane 5, Samantha Randall leading the way.
Also a very good distance and open water swimmer, Samantha Randall. We always used to have nationals over Easter time, and my favorite thing to get for Easter was always my lint Easter bunny. And I remember I would always have to kind of hold back. So I would travel all the way wherever nationals was. I would always travel with my lint Easter bunny, and it would sit on top of the TV until
the end.
nationals was done, and that was like my treat.
You knew if you didn't get the gold medal, at least the gold bunny was waiting.
Yes. And it was definitely worth the wait.
Yeah, I can imagine. A good swim by the swimmer out in lane 5, Samantha Randall from Gauteng. She is seated with a 4:58.
I think she's also swimming with Rocco, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I think she might be family of Matthew Randall.
Yes, brother and sister.
Yeah, and I definitely know Matthew's with Rocco, so I'm sure she would be too. Catherine from Rensburg, also Gauteng swimmer.
Coming back very strong in the breaststroke leg.
She used to be coached by Linda de Jager. Great coach, who's now retired.
Now retired.
Enjoying her time in Visshoek.
Yes. Down in the mother city.
Yeah, what a great coach she was, Linda de Jager. A real mommy to her swimmers.
Also had Dune Coetzee, Henry Lowe.
.50 meters to go. Catherine leading the way. Catherine from Rensburg, also a very, very good open water swimmer.
I traveled with Samantha to African Champs, and she actually did the double. So she did the open water part and also did some pool swimming. That was very interesting to see.
There we go, Catherine from Rensburg touching the wall first. 5:05:07. And that concludes the heats for the 400 meter IM for our ladies. And we're going to finish off day 3's heats with the multi-class 100 meter breaststroke, males and females. If you've just tuned in, you've reached the end of our morning heats of day 3 at the SA National Swimming Championships, and we are bringing you the action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool, Gqeberha. This is home of the Nelson Mandela Bay AQUATIC swimmers. And we've got some jam-packed action tonight at 6. And you can just follow Swimming South Africa, their social media feeds on YouTube, Facebook or Instagram, and you'll find the links to the various sessions. And it was an absolute honor to have Chanel van Wyk, previous national swimmer and now national coach. Can I say national coach? Coaching national swimmers?
Getting there.
There you go. And to share her expertise with me during the heats. She's going to be on pool deck for the finals this afternoon.
Some exciting racing tonight.
.100 meter breaststroke in lane 3, Mia van der Merwe. Lane 4, Kate Alwood and Minke Jansen van Rensburg. In this the 100 meter breaststroke event for our multi-class is 14 and 15 for our ladies.
Minke always has such a big smile on her face.
She does, eh?
When the camera zoomed in earlier, she's like, I'm ready.
She's never shy of showing her guns to the camera. Receiving her award at the SA Sports Awards was also beautiful. She gave a beautiful speech there as well, thanking her family. You'll always see her father on pool deck around with her, traveling with her.
I think it takes an army to make a champion.
Yes, definitely. I mean, those are the first people that athletes would thank is family.
Yes.
And that kind of sacrifice that families do make.
Family, friends, your bios these days, nutritionists, physios, even school teachers play a very big role. Like I know for myself, missing quite a bit of school, obviously having to travel to your World Champs, Commonwealth Games, all of these different meets. I mean, school teachers play a very big role in it. I mean, having to come back, helping you with the work, putting in the extra hours, just to help, well, just to see you do well in not only your sport, but also your studies.
Yes, Kate Allwood touching the wall first there. Well done, Kate. You know what makes it nice now, actually one of the great things that came out of lockdown is the hybrid teaching.
Yes.
And I know a lot of swimmers still take advantage of that when they do travel. And they're using platforms like Microsoft Teams where they can still engage with the educators while they are on tour and get the work. So it's great to see schools and educators assisting.
Also coming to the party
Coming to
help.
the party, yes. When Peter Kutsia, I actually spoke to his high school principal because he's at Cornwall Hill College.
Yes.
I'm not sure if he's still there, but back then when he still went to the Olympic Games, I asked him what did he do, because he was still grade 11 going to grade 12. And they actually split his grade 12 year, or it was the grade 11 year, which was quite nice.
So like 3 and 3 subjects.
Yeah, so they would do 1 year over 2 years to accommodate him.
Okay.
So it's great to see schools coming to the party and understanding. As you said, it takes a team.
Definitely.
Because as parents would say, no matter what, you will finish matric. There we have, this is event 312, the women's 100-meter breaststroke, S1 to S13 multi-class. Paula van Sale in 2, Cornell Leach in 3, Alani Ferreira in 4, Danica Finke in 5, Ivana Finke in 6, and Kat Swanepoel swimming in lane 7.
This is turning out to be quite a battle in the middle of the field.
Yes, lane 5 and lane 6. Danica Finke and Ivana Finke, it looks like siblings. Both of them representing KZN. I had that wrong, my apologies. It was Alani Ferreira and Danica Finke batting it out there. Ivana Finke was in 6th. It was Alani Ferreira in lane 4 who touched the wall first. (124.89). Beautiful swim that. 100 breaststroke.
Nice.
Five meters to go for Kat Swanepoel. SB13, her category, a multi-class category. And the supporters here in Newton Park Swimming Pool applauding her as she finishes her 100 breaststroke. We are under starters orders for the men 100 breaststroke, S14 and S15 multi-class. And then lane 3, JP Nell. And lane 4, Aaron Putz. Lane 5, Amkele Kamarana. And lane 6, Eli Lawrence. Aaron Putz, he had that great swim of the 50 fly. Yeah, he's back in the 100 breast. There in your image, JP Nell. 100 breaststroke multi-class.
Just being here watching the heats, I'm so looking forward to this evening.
Yeah. Yes, I had some serious FOMO just missing the first 2 days. That in itself, I was so sad to miss those finals. So it's great to be here, and it is going to be good. And as Chanel said, please, if you are live watching this, these were the heats that started at 9:30, but tonight at 6 p.m. make sure you tune in for the finals. It is going to be great.
It's going to be a cracker. You don't want to miss out.
Mkele touching the wall first, and 50 meters to go. 37.07 over that first 50 meters.
Very nice breaststroke.
Aaron Putz is fighting back. This is going to be a close finish. Oh.
What a race.
That last 20 meters by Aaron Putz was just amazing. I'm sure they'll find each other in the final again.
That was a nice big smile.
Both of them 120. Seeded, Aaron was seeded with a 118 and Mkele in a 119, so I'm sure they'll be satisfied with that swim in the heats. Well done, Eli Lawrence from Free State. $100 breaststroke for our men. S11 and S13. Multi-class up next. Matthew Moss in 3. Nathan Hendricks in 4. Christian Sadie in 5. Mpo Mainganye swimming in 6. Christian Sadie had that beautiful swim on the 50 fly.
Ah, yes.
Nathan Hendricks had a great start. Went out in a 36.35. Nathan Hendricks, beautiful breaststroke swimmer he is.
Coming back very hard. Holding his stroke nicely. For the Mpumalanga swimmer, Nathan Hendricks. Well done, sir. Just outside his best time there. I'm sure he'll get it this evening.
And Mpo having a great swim. Well done. And we're on to our last event of our morning heats on day 3, event 318. 50 butterfly.
Looks like a time trial.
Time trial, yes. This is Rob Fick swimming from Western Cape. It is a time trial event. The A qualifying time, 23.53. And B qualifying time, 24.52. 53.5. This must be nerve-wracking, being on your own doing a time trial.
Have they swum the 50 fly yet? No.
I don't think so, no.
Maybe he hasn't entered that event.
I think both the 50 fly and the 50 free, they're still coming up. We've done the multi-class 50 fly.
Whoop. That was a big jump.
Let's see, Rob Fick, he's doing a time trial event here from Western Cape. 50 fly. Let's see what time he can go.
Off to a great start. Hips staying nice and high, kick looking strong. Ooh, bit of a glide into the finish.
24.96. 24.96. That swim there for Rob Fick. And that looks like it might conclude. I'm not sure if there's another swimmer. Looks like there is another swimmer going to swim. One of our multi-class swimmers.
Well, hopefully Bob will get another shot at the 50 fly if he is swimming that individual race.
Yeah.
24.9 now, 25.3.
Not quite sure why he had to swim that. I see he was entered with a no time, so I'm not sure if he perhaps needs a time to do the 50 fly later on. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a reason behind.
Normally you do. I know the rule, you need a time on the database in order to enter. So
maybe that was.
I'm not sure how it's a no time. Because technically it's still the event.
Well, he swam, and we hope to see him swim the 50 fly.
50 fly.
And this looks like James in the water.
50 fly.
50 fly. One of our multi-class swimmers. Beautiful swim there by him. James Villiers, 31.86. And that, there goes the final whistle. That concludes day 3, the morning heats from the SA National Swimming Championships. Bringing you all the action live here from Newton Park Swimming Pool in Gqeberha. And it was an absolute honor to have my co-announcer here this morning, Chanel van Wyk. Thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. Hope to see you a bit later on in the week again.
I enjoyed the chats, and good luck to your swimmers in the final.
Thank you so much.
And please do not miss out on the action. Tune in to our social media feeds. Go on to YouTube, find Swimming South Africa, and you'll catch the links going to our finals this evening, 6 o'clock, day 3, bringing you the action live from Newton Park Swimming Pool, Gqeberha, the SA National Swimming Championships.
Please remember there will be the medal presentation for the youth medals now.